Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
And I'm Will.
And today we have a couple of things to talk about. Now we're going to be talking about Hasbro Pulse, Fan First Friday, because we got some things, honey. We got some things, you know. We're going to also be talking about some little news that happened with TotG, with the, our Japanese people over there. Oh yeah, there's news, honey. There's news. Oh. And we're also going to be talking about the movie Brightburn. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all sitting here like, Brightburn? Like, why are they talking about Brightburn? Child. Well, first of all, if you did not know, Brightburn featured two actors from Power Rangers 2017, Elizabeth Banks, Rita Repulsa, and David Denman, who played Jason's father. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a cute little episode, but first, before we go ahead and get into it.
I do want to say something real quick. I made this joke way back when the movie first came out. This is what happens when you get Rita Repulsa and Jason's father to make a child together. I know they didn't actually make the child, but you get the idea.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And if you don't know, ladies and gents, keep listening and you'll find out what we're talking about.
Yes. But before we get into all of that, I just also want to just remind everybody, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please give us 5 stars. Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. It doesn't take long. Just go ahead and hit that 5-star button. Now, don't give us 4 or 3 or anything like that. Don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and give us 5 stars. It will be epic. Okay, it'll be great. Oh, I did say epic. Please ignore that. I sound like Will from. I sound like Brody from Ninja Steel. Right. Please, yeah. Don't say epic.
Okay? So epic.
Yeah. Oh God, no! Don't do that. But
please, anything. So definitely go ahead, give us a 5-star, hit the subscribe, give us a follow, and of course, if you don't know where to find us, if you're attracted here, you'll find us on our social media. With our tree link, all of our stuff is on there. Find us, follow us, stalk us. I don't know, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you feel better. Okay, you can do it.
Okay, first of all, do not stalk us. Don't listen to her. But it would be great if you want to follow. That would be awesome. But please don't stalk us. That'll be terrible.
I don't mean like stalk us individually. Okay, no, I'm not about that.
No, don't stalk us. No, but the link is linktr.ee/Tribunal of the Grid. Once again, linktr.ee/Tribunal of the Grid. And yeah, go just. If you want to follow us individually, you can. If you want to follow the podcast page, you can. It'd be awesome. Now, let's get into it. Because I'm pretty sure everybody's like, what happened? What y'all talking about? Y'all went ahead and y'all brought up this stuff that we're going to be talking about. But what the hell are you talking about? Well, listen. So, Hasbro Pulse Fan First Friday. Now they do this, for Power Rangers, every other couple months or whatever. So it was cute or whatever. They gave us a little something. And yo, first of all, that little something turned out to be a big something because they left everybody gagged. With these 2 packs, honey. These 2 packs are they were like, we doing this for the blacks today. We're gonna cater to the black people, and I live for it. Karan Ashley was like, "Honey, this is Aisha's year," and I agree with Karan because, baby, first of all, get into it. This little side ponytail season 2 Aisha pack with Scorpion, big. Baby, is it given? Like, what do y'all think? Is it given? Is it not given? What, like?
It actually looks like Karan. It looks more like Karan than the other one. So I appreciate that.
Right. Like, oh, I am in. When I say I am in love with this figure.
It is really good. I absolutely loved how they got the hair dead on Like just dead on. Absolutely love it.
Spot on. And we know exactly what episode it comes from. Like, we know exactly what episode it is. And if you did not know, it is the episode where Adam falls in love with Scorpina, or Sabrina, excuse us, Sabrina, falls in love with Sabrina, thinks she's like the hot girl, and come to find out it's Scorpina in disguise. So,
I mean, poor
it's
thing.
given.
Poor thing. Adam's always be having these girls be taken away from him the moment he thinks he found the one.
Listen, Adam, but you got to give Adam his things though, because Adam was the main focus of the three on season 2, because Adam got a lot of stuff to do on season 2.
I mean, this is
so.
I ain't complaining. More Adam scene means more Lena watching it. Okay, just saying.
Okay. So what you're saying is Adam should have been the one on this 2-pack and not Aisha. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. You kidding?
Girl, well, I mean, listen, we done already got the same Adam head twice. I mean, what's the third time? What's the third time?
First off, if they're gonna give him a third one, they should at least change him up. There's no.
I agree. If we do get another Adam, please give us like turbo hair Adam. Like that would be great.
Thank you. Turbo hair Adam, fine. I mean, mind you, he's fine all the way through, but turbo hair Adam, fine. I will take that.
I mean, yes. Turbo hair Adam is great. But I'm just like, I was just so gagged with this. I mean, and this is actually the first time we've ever gotten like an actual official Scorpina figure. Like this is the first time.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is.
Like, how crazy is that?
Well, you're too funny. Yeah, no, this is the first, and I'm not complaining by any means. I feel like low key they were hitting all the ethnicity groups. They're like, we gotta give them Asians some stuff. We gotta give them blacks or things. We gotta make sure that they're happy.
Okay. They are like, listen, we trying to include everybody. So like, we don't, because we giving a whole bunch of white people, all the time. You know what I'm saying? James David Frank. Yeah, we giving white people all the time.
And on top of all of that, they were females, because we rarely ever get females.
Right. A double pack with 2 female characters. That has not been done yet.
Never.
Oh my God, empowerment right there. I was pretty proud of this package.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, wait, y'all, don't do this. Now, don't do this. Don't do this to me. And I was so afraid because they were like, well, we're gonna bring, Aisha and all this stuff, and they were like, oh, we're gonna change her hair, and I'm like, wait a minute now. And as soon as I saw her with the side pony, I said, oh no, they did not just bless me with a side pony.
Oh my God.
Because anybody that knows me know I love ponytails. She gave me the side pony. I was like, oh, I got the pre-order. Right? I got to pre-order her.
I wanted to add quickly. So don't come at me. I didn't hear anything about it. I was actually at work when the whole thing was going on. So initially when I saw the photos, I only saw the action figure with the helmet on, right? So I'm not gonna lie, this is no tea, no shade to Tweenie at all. I was praying it was not her.
You thought it was gonna be Trini?
I thought it was. Like, again, I only saw the outfit, right? I didn't see like who head it was, and I hadn't had any like update or any confirmation as to what was going on. I just seen I think it was a no pink. I just seen just the suit, right? And I was like, oh my God, I'm really hoping it's not Trini and Scorpina. I'm really hoping. I don't know why I thought it would be. Don't ask me why. That was like my initial thought. And it's like, again, no too much to Trini, but I'm glad it was not her.
Yeah, I was, for a split second, I was like, oh wow, I wonder if this is Trini, but it would make more sense if it was Aisha because they had the episode together. And then I was so happy when I looked at the next picture and saw it was Aisha with her side ponytail. I was so happy that they gave her different hair. And like I said, this one looks more like Karen, and
it does.
And they gave us this is also a first with the Blade Blaster. They gave us the little sword formation of the Blade Blaster. which we haven't gotten. We've gotten the folded one, but we've never got the sword one. So that's pretty cool.
Now they had to get the black girl to shank though. Is this what we doing?
She still doesn't have the damn folded one that is just stationary in the holster. I wish that they would like give that to the MMPRs, but
yes. If they're gonna do it, like do all three. You know what I'm saying? Like, give us the one that we're holding in the actual hoister. Give us the blade blaster sword mode, and also give us the gun mode. Like that would be great. That'd be great. Come on, Hasbro. We know you can do it. We know you can do it. But then they're just like, you know what? Now y'all asking for too much, and this thing gonna be a lot more if you keep on asking us to add all these things.
I mean,
it's gonna be more. So
at this point, just take our money. Who cares?
I mean, they're doing it anyway, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. But you might as well be adding all the things we want. I mean, like, you know what? Think about it. If we're gonna be paying for it, we might as well get all we want anyways.
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. And then, of course, they're like, we're not just gonna stop here. Why would we stop here? Then they went ahead and they blessed us with the in-space TJ and the Psycho Silver Pack, which everybody knows from the iconic episode, where they defeated Psycho Blue, and TJ and Zane, had the trick to pose as Psycho Silver and all that good stuff. So came from that episode, which everybody's like, oh, this is a pleasant surprise. Now listen here. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all. With the way that they look, right? I'm not gonna hold you. TJ actually looks like TJ. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. TJ, he's there. I was pleasantly surprised. Granted, I thought he'd be a little lighter.
Yeah, that was the thing for me. This reminded me of Ethan's figure. I thought that it looked like Ethan, but the coloring of the face from the skin tone to the lips was off, and then that's how I feel about TJ. I think that this looks more like Selwyn Ward, but just
for sure,
the coloring is off.
Yeah, and that's the thing that bothers me with Hasbro and the more darker skinned people. It's like y'all really don't know about complexions when it comes to Black people. It's kind of almost obvious now at this point that y'all don't really know about complexions, because it's like y'all just, for any dark skinned person, it's like y'all automatically are just going to make them all one shade of dark. And it's like, TJ ain't that dark, but okay. I mean, listen, I'm not mad at it, because facial wise, it does look like Selwyn. So I was like, at least that, I'm like, I can hold space for this. But Zane? Who is this man? I mean, no tea, no shade. We interviewed Justin Nimmo, and Justin Nimmo still looked good for his age. And then back then, Justin Nimmo was hot. Ooh. So I don't know who this man is. He looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme on drugs.
I don't know this man. At first glance, I can see where they were going for, but it's just too off. And he looks old.
His face looks like he did nothing but crack for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm sitting here like, why does his face look so sucked in? Like someone just sucked all the life out of him. Like, oh my God, why does he look like that?
He does not look good at all.
At all.
At all. You know what he kind of looks like? He looks like one of those psychopaths that in one of those horror Lifetime movies.
Oh my God. Oh
wow.
Psycho ex-husband or whatever, or not even. The storyline will go something like he's seen a girl, he thought she was like, whatever, and somehow inserted himself into her life and she doesn't even know he existed.
And he just randomly like started popping up at random places where like say for because they're always normally swimmers. So she's like swimming, and then he's just like all of a sudden popped up where she's swimming at like at the YMCA or something.
Right?
He's like staring at her in the
You
background.
just took that straight out of
That's
Swim
just
Fan.
And then he starts like find her on like social media, find her like like her name, and then starts like photoshopping photos of them together, make up his whole story in his mind. And he has yet to meet her. He's one of those cycles. Then,
seriously,
right? And then Ben loses his shit when she goes on a date with like her husband or something. I don't know, something ridiculous like that.
Not even her husband. It could be her just getting coffee with some dude at the library, and he's just like flipping out, like yo, like who is this? Who is this? Why are they together? And then he has like a picture of the dude throwing darts at his face.
Right? Like, right? And then he goes,
I'm gonna get rid of him.
Right? Then we're gonna go one level, and then he becomes you, like like the guy from the series You. And he's like, oh my god! Then he starts getting rid of them. Like, there's no idea where they disappear off to. And then one day he shows up and he's like, "We were meant to be together. Why won't you love me?" And she's like, "Who the fuck are you?
Are you?"
Oh, this is great.
Oh my gosh. I am so sorry to you, Justin, but we just totally just destroyed your Toys character. I'm so sorry.
Technically, he would probably say the same thing. I could see him.
Yes, this is true.
He'd probably be like, yeah, I can agree with that.
And you know what? He probably would actually laugh at our story and would probably agree. So you're right. You're right. What were you going to say, Will?
I was going to say, I hope that, because I would assume since we got this, we'll get an official Silver Ranger. Hopefully, his face will look better next time.
I mean, yes.
Yes. And he could get a different head sculpt. He may not. We'll see.
I'm not gonna hold him to that. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold him to that. Now the only thing that they might end up doing is if they do it, they're only gonna do it because fans are gonna be like, "What the hell was that?"
Mm-hmm.
But they're not doing it because oh, we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually think that this face mode wasn't good. Like they're not, But I will say though, I do hope that we get Cassie before we get Zane. I do hope we get Cassie.
So we can have our full space team.
We better get Cassie. Oh my god. They haven't even released a Asian Ranger at all, have they? Or am I going crazy? Other than
You're going crazy.
Trini
and Adam. We were literally just talking about Adam.
Wait,
and Trini.
And Kai. They released Kai.
Wow.
Yeah, they did.
They did. That's right. Okay, I am going crazy. I mean, don't mind me, guys. Like, I don't even know what day it is, let alone what
It's
my
all
name is.
good. I barely know what it is.
But you know what though? The weird thing is though, I will say though, it wouldn't be difficult for them to go ahead and give us a Cassie because of the simple fact that we have the A Squad Rangers.
Right.
That were nothing but literal repaints of the Space Rangers. So they could totally give us a Cassie if they wanted to.
Okay, not even just that though, too. I feel like they should definitely do, if they're going to do another 2-pack, they should definitely do Kendricks and Cassie. That would be a pack to invest in.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yep.
That's good.
To invest in.
That's good. I like that. Now, if they do that, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would probably cry.
Right?
I would probably cry.
I need that in my life. Like, I need that now. Yep. Definitely. Give it to me now.
Hasbro, you heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first. Give us a Cassie and Kendricks 2-pack.
Yep. And if they really want to go crazy and give us our money's worth, give us the Cycle Pink 2 in the 3-pack. Oh, I would die for that.
And then put the Savage Sword in that. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Come on,
girl.
Bring it.
Give it to us.
You know what you should totally do, Brennan? You should totally collage like little figurines together that look similar to that and be like, this is the pack we want to buy. Oh, and have people vote on it. Yes, and tag Hasbro. Oh, what if they do make it because we did that? Oh my god!
Listen, if they did, I'll be like, we did it first. We did it first.
We should. You should.
We did it first.
Oh.
Okay. But y'all, like, high key though, with this A squad, with the separate A squad Rangers, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like, they cute or whatever. But I was like, I mean, I wasn't like excited, but I was like, oh, they're cute.
Yeah, I was with you there. I was like, I could live without the SPD squad. Was it SPD? Am I going crazy?
Yeah, SPD.
Yeah.
I was okay with that. I wasn't too thrilled on that. I thought it would be way more hype. And when I seen it, I was like, oh. I think I was kind of shocked because there's so much better ones out there that we could have turned into a packet first. Instead, we decided to do that. Like,
yeah.
You know, I feel like they weren't that significant. Like, they weren't a big part of the franchise.
Like, yeah, like they were kind of like a afterthought in SPD in a way, because they just kind of popped in and were like at the very beginning, and then they popped up at the very end, and it's like,
exactly,
okay,
like they didn't do anything that was life-changing, life-alternating. They didn't give the Rangers a real run for their money. They were just there.
Well, at the end though,
and
see, obviously I don't remember because that's how unmemorable.
But it's because maybe they should have been more of a maybe they could have. I guess that would have changed everything completely. Like, maybe they could have shown up a little bit earlier and been more rivals, kind of like the Psycho Rangers were. And then that would kind of make them more prolific, I think. From me, I thought
agree.
that it was
really prolific. You gotta say that.
I thought that it was pretty cool that that they actually gave us the A squad, because that was, I mean, I guess it wasn't a huge surprise because we got A Squad Blue with Sky, but to see them finish it out, the fact that they finished it out so soon, that was kind of the surprise, and it was like, that's cool. And I guess I don't think I'm personally going to get the A Squad. However, I think that them doing kind of obscure, I don't know if, would you call them obscure? I think Lena thinks that, but like, I'm not sure how popular the A Squad is with all the fans, but the fact that they did them, that gives me hope for, other Rangers.
I mean,
yes.
Right, yes. But I also feel like there is so much other that we could have done first besides the A Squad. I feel like the A Squad, in a weird way, was just like sort of like another attempt at grabbing more money. But I'd rather be throwing my money at.
I mean, but naturally, of course, that's what they want to do.
Well, yeah, but
and also give us, variety, because this is a hell of a variety right here. Because I like I said, I didn't expect them to do that so soon, and then the fact that they have done the A Squad in general is that's an interesting choice, and they haven't even done the entire SPD team. They haven't done.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, I could see where Lena's going, because we haven't even gotten Z yet, and it's like we've already finished out the whole damn squad of A Squad, and we ain't even finished out the good guys yet. So it's like, okay, all right, like that's a choice,
right?
To do that.
Yeah, it's just, I know. I just feel like, I'd rather throw our money at something else. Like, that could have waited. That could have been on the back burner, Like, let's think logically. We're in a pandemic here. None of us have a lot of jobs or no jobs to be found. If we're going to be throwing our money at something, make it worth it, okay? Just say.
I agree. Lena, I agree 100 with you actually on this one. I agree. And I do think that, I do think that it was a bold choice. I'm not gonna say it was a terrible choice, but it was a bold choice to, do the whole A squad team,
right?
And not even complete the actual SPD team, the actual team that was there for the whole 40 episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
That's a choice.
Right.
That was an interesting.
But
and the fact that they gave us was the Omega Ranger before Z as well.
Right.
That was interesting.
But you know what, though, they're always going to do the males that. They're always going to do the males like that, though. They're always going to give us the boys and then kind of, especially when it comes to yellows anyway, which I was actually shocked, genuinely, that we got Aisha. I was shocked because I'm like, normally they don't give yellows love like that. You know what I'm saying? And, we got a whole Aisha 2-pack. Like, that's crazy. But, it's like they genuinely toys, when it comes to Power Rangers, they will give all the love to the pinks, but when it comes to a yellow, ooh, child, you'll be lucky. You'll be lucky if you get something.
That's so interesting. I wonder what the the story behind that is.
I don't know.
And also the statistics.
Right. Because there has to be something. It has to have some kind of data, to show that, we're going to support pink, so we're going to give pink more love than we do yellows,
I guess maybe because pink is a more traditional girl color, and if they're going to market towards girls, maybe they think that they'll more so do pink. But if there's more than one girl on the team, I would think that they would equally maybe want to do that if they don't want the boys, because girls can want the boys too. But
right. Which I think is so stupid, though. It's very interesting. And I think it's so stupid because of the simple fact that we do have, when it comes to Dino Thunder, we have, just Kira on the team. And we pretty much almost fulfilled Dino Thunder, and we still don't have a Kira.
Yeah. And she's a pretty popular Ranger.
She's very popular, especially now. Like, she's very popular. And it's like, Kira, who cares about Kira?
I just feel like they should have. You know what? They should have done that before the whole SPD squad situation. They did Connor, right? They did Connor. They did Ethan.
Connor and Ethan. And Trent.
Oh my God, that would have completed the entire collection. What?
Well, somebody was also part of that team.
Okay. No. I'm sorry. He is not part of my Dino Thunder team. I am sorry to say that. He is not part of my Dino Thunder team. No. No.
Well, technically, he was frozen for 10 episodes.
Wow.
Right?
So technically, yeah, she's right. It's not a part of it.
You don't want the spiky hair and the little chin pubes?
God, no.
No. I don't want him, period.
Nobody wants that man. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say nobody, because there are fans out there that's like, give me all the Tommies. I want the whole Tommy collection. But
he can wait. I'm sorry. They've already gotten so many Tommies out there. The rest of them can wait. In my Dino Thunder series, we just need Kira. Okay, that's all we need. Kira.
Okay. We just need Kira. That's it. You heard it. You heard it here. We just need Kira. Give us Kira.
I have a feeling you just put it out into the universe, Lena, and within the next year, we're going to get a Kira.
Good.
Okay. And lastly, we got Andros. Now, this was weird. This one was weird to me.
This was
because
interesting.
I was like, wait a minute now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, am I tripping, or am I tripping for real? Because I'm like, wait a minute. I never thought that Andros had an actual black stealth ranger suit underneath that cloak. I just figured it was, his ranger suit, and he's wearing a cloak. I'm like, they made his whole suit black, and then they gave him a little emblem on the chest. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, we had seen under the cloak twice. One time he was totally in the ranger suit, including the helmet, and then we saw him in his mega ship uniform. But other than that, I don't think that we've ever seen him in anything else.
Okay, first off, I just want to say something. They got his hair dead the fudge on.
Mm-hmm.
Dead the fudge on. Like everything else is on point, but that black suit, I do not ever recall him wearing that. I thought he was wearing the space underneath.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, now, if they would have given us the flight suit underneath it, then I would have been like, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
But this black, whatever that is, I'm like, what is this? What is this, honey? Like, I had to pull a Nene Leakes on them. Like, what is this? Like, I don't like it.
What is that symbol?
That's the same thing I'm asking. What is that symbol? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. But I'm not here for it.
Very interesting choice.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Because like you were saying, you would think that they would have did the mega ship suit, the gray, and with the red shirt underneath. Like that just makes sense because that was a look that Andros had. But this, they just created something totally new. Maybe, like, I don't know, maybe we'll see him looking like this in the comic, and this is like a preview.
Could be. That's a very good point. It might be something comic related.
And they gave him his helmet. He has a black stealth helmet, and it's basically his Red Ranger helmet, but just all black.
Right.
Wait, that also did not make sense.
Right. But once again, maybe this is a preview for the comic.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. We'll find out in a couple of weeks.
If that's the case, when they want to release it at a later time? I don't know, just a thought, right? Because like right now,
I could see. That makes sense.
Because I feel like releasing it now almost confuses people. And you know how fans get. We already talked about this last week. Fans don't like changes, okay? If it doesn't make sense, you're starting a riot online for no reason whatsoever. So now people are gonna be like, what the F? I'm not buying this. Like, da. Why is he wearing that? Now people are gonna try to find like screenshots, whatever shots to try to find this outfit. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah, I agree with Lena. It's one of them situations where it's like, for the ones who are like canon, who are like all about canon, they're gonna rip this apart. Like, this is not canon. This is not canon.
Yep. And I can see it. I can already see just the people just going A-ship crazy over this. And I know it's not that deep. Like, for us, we're like, okay, whatever. It's not, I mean, we don't understand the outfit, but not a big deal, It actually kind of looks nice with the black. I just don't think he was wearing that outfit. And I want to know where they got that outfit from. And are they not creating these from the TV series more so than the comic series? Because comics not forte, right?
There are some figures that come from the comics.
Like the Red Sentry. Yeah, Draken. Yeah, I mean, they are trying to give us some comic stuff, but even in the comics, like, we haven't even seen this Andros, thing yet. So it's just kind of like, we don't even know where that's coming from.
Exactly. With Lord Dragon, everyone fucking knows who Lord Dragon is. Like, that was not a secret. That was not like, oh, who's this? Other Tommy fans would have ripped those people apart if they're like, who's that? So let's start with that. And secondly, yes, that was cool with the other figure. And again, that one makes sense. But this one's just like, what the heck? Why is this outfit completely different? And why does he look like he's about to rob somebody in the middle of the night?
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, another Lifetime movie. Like, he's that creeper in the window with his little robot wearing all black.
Oh my God. Lena, I am not going down this rabbit hole with you. Not this time. I'm not doing this with this one. But I will say though, like it was a choice. Like, it was a choice. It was a choice they made. I don't know if the people are here for it or not, but it was a choice. Speaking of choices, this segue though. Speaking of choices.
Wait, I have a quick question. Was he not wearing the red ranger suit underneath at one point?
Yeah,
he was.
First time we saw
him.
In
the first episode, yeah.
Wow. Oh. I wish they'd done that instead. Sorry, we can move on now.
But yeah, speaking of choices, so I would probably say a couple days ago, of course, I'm always minding my business as usual. You know what I'm saying? Always minding my business.
You're such a liar. You do not be minding your own business.
Look, now I'm trying to tell a story. Don't be trying to tell people the truth. Anyway, so I'm minding my business, and I come across some beef. Not chicken, but beef. People are in the comment sections just going like, oh, fans are so stupid, and fans this, blah, 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 taking shots. So I'm sitting here like, ooh, what's the tea? What's the tea? Why is everybody so angry? Child. So apparently, word on the street is TV Nihon, honey. Now, for anyone who do not know, TV Nihon is one of the sources that we, fans of Super Sentai get our dubs from. Not dubs, I'm sorry, subs. Excuse me. Our subtitles. So normally a lot of us, when we watch the new Sentais each year, they're fan subbed. So what happens is, the fan subbers will, they'll encode the show, and then they'll show the Raws first, which is the ones without the subs, and then they'll subtitle them, and then they'll post those, right? So we have like ones like, TV Nihon, Overtime, etc. Well, apparently, Toei, our Japanese landlords, basically,
that's a good way of putting
right,
it.
right. They sent out a cease and desist to all the fan subbers. Well, not all of them, majority of the fan subbers, basically saying, y'all got to stop putting up our stuff, but we gonna sue.
What?
Yeah.
It took them this long?
That's the
what? What? You're telling me after like 20-something years, if not more, you're telling me you're gonna sue? What the fudge? Did you take notes from like Gabby Hanna? YouTuber? No, I'm kidding. What the frick? What?
Yo, when I tell you, I was cackling. I was cackling because I had the same thought, Lena. I literally said the same thing. I'm like, now damn Toei. Now y'all sitting here, y'all really sat here and sent out these letters, and we've had hundreds of subbers do sub these shows, even back to like your Go Ranger and Battle Fever J and Dingy Man. Like we've had subbers even subtitle those. Like the old one. So we've had this going on. And now all of a sudden in 2021, now all of a sudden y'all want to send out cease and desist letters. Really? Really? Is this who we are? Is this what we've become? Like, what is y'all's problem? Like it was the most bizarrest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like Toei just all of a sudden just was like, we mad because we ain't making no money anymore. We're not making the money that we used to make, and we're just gonna blame it on subbers or something. Like I don't even know what it was, but yeah, like they just sent out cease and desist letters.
And there was a lot more reason than subbers for you not making money anymore.
Right.
I mean, of course. I mean, I was just being funny, but even then, it's like it's jarring. Like, it's so weird that, like Lena said, after years, like, I mean, we've had subbers subbing the show for years,
Decades. I'm assuming.
Yeah. And now all of a sudden, because I'm telling you, TV Home is one of the oldest ones. Like, everybody knows TV Home. Like, TV Home has subbed, like, they literally have a whole website of like a whole crap ton of Sentai that they've subbed. Like, they're the oldest one. And TV Home is now like, we've gotten a cease and desist. We can no longer, sub the show, and we may have to even take down our subs. So they're going to be no longer available. You have others that were contacted that were like, we can no longer, do the subs for the shows. We're really sorry, all this stuff. So at first, many of the subbers thought that, they were fake, that the letters weren't real. But when they started talking to other people who do the subs, they realized they're like, oh, this might be real. This might be an actual real cease and desist situation. So of course, fans started, pointing fingers, because that's what we do. And honestly, I don't know if it was, they claim it was a girl. They claim it was a girl who emailed the producers and Toei, and because this is how it all got started. Apparently, they claim it was a girl who did it, who was just like, she sent out an email to the producers and to Toei, and basically was telling them, hey, these subbers, are, we're enjoying your show over here in the Western world. We're loving the show. We're loving what you do. Thank you so much. And she also apparently in the email also tagged the subbers in it.
Are you serious?
How the hell would you do that?
I'm not saying I don't know that. This is just how the story goes. Apparently, she tagged the sub. She actually added the subbers in it. Now, and then of course Toei was like, this is illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal. But the thing is, obviously, before that, they had no way of stopping it, right? And now, if this story is true, this girl basically handed everybody's ticket of watching these shows.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
You are.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
What? Why would you do that? Like, I can understand thanking them for their, for them creating such a great show for all of us to enjoy, like all that great things. Why are you tagging so many people? Like, did you even ask for their permission?
Girl, it's a mess. Now, they say it was a girl, but apparently online somebody also said that it was a dude who did it, because they screenshotted, I guess, the guy's message to them. And, and he kind of basically almost said something on the same lines of it, of just like, thank you so much and all this stuff. And, and it was a guy who did it. So, I don't know if it was a girl or a guy, but apparently someone sent them, these people sent Toei their information and told them about the subbers. And yeah, and screwed everyone. So unfortunately, going forward, it's going to be very hard to see Super Sentai in the States.
Wow.
Well, the newer ones anyway. The newer ones. Yeah, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to see the new Super Sentai in the States. Now, this sucks because, of course, it's not just Super Sentai, it's Kamen Rider too. So, for those who are watching both Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, I know, there are fans who are currently watching Kamen Rider. Oh Lord, what's the new one's name? I'm not even watching the newest one. I thought it was stupid, but Kamen Rider Saber. There we go. Kamen Rider Saber. And who are watching Zenkaiger, which I'm also not watching because I thought it was stupid. But hey, people like Zenkaiger. There are people watching Zenkaiger, and they're not going to be able to finish watching it, because we're not going to have access to it. And also, too, not even just that, but if you really think about it, that's going forward for both Kamen Rider and Super Sentai from now on. So whatever new show, that will come out in the future, we may not have access to it. So yeah, that is the big change that has happened. So unfortunately, y'all, now of course we'll keep you updated, obviously, as stuff continues to happen. We'll try to keep you all updated. But yeah, it's not looking good for us in the States as far as watching Super Sentai. So yeah. Sorry guys.
I don't even be looking at the Sentai, but just knowing that there's so many people that do, like the fact that somebody would not think and like ruin it for everybody is like, that's annoying. And then like one more thing, the thing about claiming that it was a woman that did it, it seemed I wonder how true that is, because it seems like, we talked about it before, how this community, well, not just this community, but a lot attack female fans. So like them trying to throw one under the bus, I wonder if they're just saying that to say it.
Well, no, it was apparently it was a tweet. I believe it was a tweet or an email that somebody, I think it was a tweet that someone found that they tried to pin it on her to say that it was her who did it. Now, like I said, I haven't seen the tweet. I've been looking for that thing. When I say I was looking for it, I was looking for it like a damn rat looking for cheese, honey. Like I was looking for that thing, but I couldn't find it. So because it was, first of all, that the thread I was reading was like, Jesus Christ, it was like 200 comments long. And I'm like, first of all, what we're not going to do is I'm not looking through all of this. Because I'm telling you, reading some of those comments, I'm like, I'm trying to decode it like I'm doing code. Like, I can't understand jack y'all saying. So I was like, oh no, honey, this is not going to be the tea. But yeah, apparently, it was a tweet that the girl sent out. Like I said, it may not have even been that. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been an email. But but you know how people are, they're going to, type in something on Twitter and the first thing that pops up, oh, this is the one who did it. You know what I'm saying? It could easily be that situation. You know what I'm saying? And it may not even be her. It may not even be her. But, they're like Will said, it's like, how fans are, especially when they go, when it's women, and also too, it could have been her. It could have been her. But like I said, they also think it was a guy too. Because they actually found the guy.
Oh.
Like you actually see the guy. Like, so I saw that one for myself. I was like, oh, it might be a guy who did it. It's a really weird situation. It's weird. It's a really weird situation. But regardless, in the future, it may be kind of hard for us to see Super Sentai. So we might all we might get is scans from now.
Wow.
All we might get is pictures. So
that sucks. That sucks completely. I wish maybe hopefully going forward, Toei can probably try to benefit off of it by actually putting the subs themselves, like actually hire somebody to sub it and then have it like an app, kind of like Shutter or something that's designated for just maybe a Toei app or whatever, right? Where they can have us subscribe to it and we can watch it. I mean, that technically
right. It seems like
from it.
Yeah, because they're doing that with older Sentai series.
Yep.
They got to know that we want to see the new ones as well.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, y'all. That's the thing. That is the thing that really pisses me off about the situation. They're blaming people for, quote unquote, stealing the show. But it's like, why not just go ahead and just give it to us then? Because you see, we want to see it. So wouldn't it make sense to be like, oh, we're going to do a subscription service to where, you know what, if y'all want to see the show, then guess what? You can see it. But, we're going to charge you for it. Right. We'll charge you, $5 a month or something. Something. But exactly, which is fair because people want to see it. But it's stupid to just try to keep it away from people. That doesn't make sense.
No, it really, truly doesn't. And low key is almost like in a way where they're discriminating against the rest of the world that wants to see it, that doesn't have access to it. And of course, the rest of the world, our most common language is English. The most common. Obviously, other countries might not believe that, right? But like the most common English language to connect all of us is typically English. So obviously that's why that's why we have subs in English, right? So why not create it in such a way that North America has access to it, that anyone in the world will have access to it. And then what's cool is like if they do what Netflix does, where they have it so that there's different, like uploads for different languages, so then people all over the world can have access to it too. I think that would be really cool, and charge us for it. I understand not making money that you feel like you deserve. I'm not against that, but at least give it to us in a way that you feel great about it. But don't take it away from the rest of the world because you feel like, oh, well, you're stealing it from us. Well, then give it to us and charge us for it. I'm sure a lot of people
I
would be
agree.
super happy to pay for it. Super happy.
Yes. And that's the thing. That's the thing that really kind of just like irritates me with the whole situation. And you hit it dead on the head, Lena. It's just the fact that it's just like we've had this like for decades. Like, they know, and the thing is, they know that we've been seeing Sentai in the States. They know this.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, there's no way in hell that they don't know it. There's no way in hell that they wouldn't know, because a lot of the sales, a lot of toy sales come from us.
Yeah.
Because like the thing is, we purchase a lot of Sentai toys because we hate the American ones so much. So we'll buy their merchandise. So it doesn't make sense to take away the show that we're watching, and a lot of the money that you're getting from Western audiences, you're trying to take that away too. Because if you make it impossible for the American audience to see the show, what make you think we're gonna be able to, buy the merchandise? Ding, 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 dumbasses. It doesn't make sense. Like, why would you do that? So it's just like the whole thing is backwards, and I think Toei think they're doing something by, slapping down the hand of God and being like, yeah, we got y'all stealing our stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? America trying to take our stuff. I hear y'all, and it is illegal what the subbers were doing, what the fan subbers were doing. It is illegal. It is. But the thing is, this illegal activity was also getting you money. It was getting you bread from the Western audiences.
Yeah. And
so
again,
it's quite stupid to just go ahead and take it away from the Western audiences just because they're quote unquote stealing the show illegally. It doesn't make sense.
It really does not. It really does. And then the other thing is too, fine, if you really want to get revenge, not that we're encouraging it, just sue the people that were actually like converting it with the subtitle. I'm just saying, I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying, like, if you really want to get down to it, but don't take it away from the rest of us that didn't do anything wrong, other than the fact that simply just want to support the amazing show that's being released.
Right. And it really does suck. It really does suck, because like those fan subbers were the ones that were actually doing the Lord's work and bringing it to the people over here for us to see.
Legal action that you wish to take and you feel like it's gonna do you some good, by all means.
Yeah. It's a weird situation. It's really weird. But yeah, Toei is like, we're done with you all stealing our show. And honestly, like I said, Zenkaiger, it's not even all that great anyway. So like, I'm like, I'm not gonna miss it. It didn't do nothing for me anyway. Neither did this recent season of Kamen Rider. It did nothing for me either. However, still, it's like, but what about future iterations of the show? Unless some people start doing some underground stuff and just being like, doing it like that. Unless that happens, we're not going to be able to see, even future incarnations of the show, so it sucks. It really does. But we're going to go ahead and move on to things that also sucked as well. Or did it suck? Or did it? Because that's what we're going to be talking about. Mm-hmm. We're going to discuss Brightburn. Now, Y'all. Now, here's a quick story for y'all. Lena went ahead after last week's episode. Lena sent a message to the group chat, and was like, "What do you want to talk about next week?" And I was like, "Well, I don't really have nothing to, I don't really have anything, queued up or whatever. So, I mean, what do y'all want to talk about?" So when she asked to do Brightburn, I was like, y'all should have seen my face. I was like, Brightburn. Now, mind y'all, I've seen Brightburn like around the time when it came out, because like it looked cute or whatever, but I didn't think it was going to be as nasty as it was. And for those who know me, y'all know I cannot stand blood and guts. It is not my thing. I don't like it. It is disgusting to me. I'm like, ugh. And this movie was full of it.
It was graphic.
And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So that's like the best way to describe this movie. It was graphic. So to continue Brennan's story time, when I initially sent that message, I had just gotten it in Canada. So it popped up and I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna watch this movie anyways. And it is a film that features 2 Ranger actors. So like I thought, why the heck not? Throw that in there. And although I did mention that if we did find something better, we can definitely do that one instead. But in the end, we're like, what the heck? We're lazy. We're lazy bombs. So we decided to go with Brightburn. And I watched it Saturday. No, Sunday. No. We won. I watched this Friday night. And all I can tell you is I left with 19 to 20 minutes left of the film and decided to finish the next day. Not because I couldn't handle it. Now, I'm all about the gory and stuff like that. But I'm one of those girls that are into like paranormal kind of shit. Like I'm not into the whole violent and crazy psychopath killers or crazy superhero kid. That's not really a superhero. So anywho, my only reaction to this entire film was, you were right. This shit is violent. What the heck is this? There's no real storyline as to why this person is so violent. There's no real storyline as to what is happening. Like, I do not understand. So that's, I guess, our story time as to how we led into this whole interesting movie, to say the least. It was definitely not something I want to do again, not something I want to relive again. And furthermore, I'm actually really shook that Elizabeth Banks actually put herself in one of these films. It just didn't seem like don't get me wrong, she's done a lot of decent films. She's done a lot of okay films, but this is one of those films where I'm like, this is Elizabeth Banks film? Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, the concept, I'm sure the synopsis and the whatever pitch she got for it seemed interesting.
That means they catfish her, okay?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And James Gunn was attached to it. He does Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that was okay. That's really surprising too. If he does Guardians of the Galaxy and he did this film. But see, there you go. Big names. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening? Like, even like the guy who what is that guy's name that plays Elizabeth's husband?
Oh, you talking about David Denman?
Yeah, him. He did nothing in this film, just like the 2017 movie. Like,
well, I think he did more than the 2017 movie.
He kind of okay. I rewind. This is a spoiler alert. This is a very, very large spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched the movie and you're considering watching the movie, I would say pause this, watch the film, and then come back and listen to the rest of this episode, giving you a fair warning. If not, continue. So you're right. He did something. He's trying to shoot his kid in the head.
Exactly. And all the boy did was turn around and say ouch.
Right. He didn't try it. The bullet actually hit his head, but that was it.
All right. He just held his head and was like, ouch.
Right?
Really, Dad? It was like,
let's give the audience like a little synopsis, because like I'm sure the people that haven't seen are like, what the hell? He
I will
shot
give
his
y'all
kid in the head
literally
and it bounced off his head.
That was literally the
Listen.
entire movie, okay? That was the best part of the entire film.
listen, y'all. I got a fire ass little piece of synopsis for the people. Now, so this movie is basically a rip-off Superman story. So we have a situation of two parents who wanted a child, and they've been trying for one, and finally they got their wish. A child came flying out the sky in a spaceship. They took him, raised him, was like, oh, we're gonna try to raise him as just a regular little boy. Come to find out, he ends up having powers. But the thing is, this little boy start listening to the voices of his people and start chanting like Tina Turner and What's Love Got to Do with It? Nam yo horen gekyo, nam yo horen gekyo. And he started turning evil. Well, this mug started going around and hurting up people, breaking people's hands, killing up people.
Oh my God, that was nuts.
And basically turns into a whole white male psycho.
and a stalker, and a creepy stalker.
Right, and a creepy ass stalker.
Yeah.
And by the very end, basically turns into a whole menace. And also alluding to the fact that there are others like him. Basically the evil super friends. The end.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, and so let me rewind a second. He comes in, and here's what I think I found uninteresting with the storyline. They didn't give us a backstory as to where he came from, how he came to be, why his spaceship even fell out of the sky to begin with. And if he has people, who are these people and where are they at? And why are they evil? What is their goal in life? Like, is it to take over Earth? Is it to take over Mars? Like, what is your goal in life?
They told him apparently in them chants, talking about take over. Or whatever they said, or rule the world or some crap.
I mean, to be honest with you, what it looks like was they basically told him to destroy everything that was in his way. He didn't seem like he was taking over anything.
I mean, yes, but also to remember though, because before, and this is the part that confuses me, because I'm like, was he actually brainwashed, or what, or was it them actually, actually awakening his inner natural instinct? Yeah. Because all this time, he was just a regular little boy, regular old Brandon, which I was like, why is his name Brandon? Like, why he have to have my name? But, he was just regular little Brandon, and, sweet little Brandon. And then all of a sudden, like I said, the voices start talking to him. Ooh, how the voices. And, they start nam yo ho renge queuing on him. And then all of a sudden, now he done turned evil.
You know what I just realized? When you talk about voices, it does just remind me of soft voice. Like, that is crazy, because I have an update on that when we finish. I have an update on that. But anyways, wow, well, look at us talking about voices all the time. Are you sure we don't have voices in our head?
I'm sure, like, I have voices, but they ain't telling me to kill nobody.
Seriously. And then the other thing is, too, I want to know how he was able to harness his power as fast as he did and as strong as he was. And then the other thing is, like, why did he choose that hideous mask to sew up? Like, what the heck is that?
Because he was crazy.
Like, it looked like an elephant's trunk on his face.
Listen. This child was, he was demented, and I guess he chose the most demented thing he can think of. So that's what he did. Granted, I'm not, maybe his imagination, in his imagination, his original idea, before becoming a deranged killer was, to be a fashion icon, to be a fashionista. And, at the end of the day, the voices started talking to him and was like, I got a fashion choice for you. And they created that mask. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, it seems like he would have. Yeah, it seems that is weird. It seems like he would have made that on his own, but I don't know. Maybe when he was drawing pictures of of everything that he was doing, like he made it and we just didn't see it. That was weird.
I
That just came out of nowhere.
the whole film was just weird. I felt like, I mean, for the most part, we understood that he went from like evil, like good kid to evil kid real fast with superpower, but there was no backstory, no nothing, no details as to who this little Brennan is, how he came to be, and what is his goal in life, other than destroying and apparently, according to the other Brennan, take over the world.
He is basically what Lex Luthor thinks Superman is. Like he
Yeah.
literally is just
Yeah,
that.
but again,
This kid,
oh,
for me, the way that I thought about it, it seemed like something when he turned 12. It seemed like something was starting to unlock within himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he something what it was like it was calling him to go to his ship, which once again this is a ripoff of Superman because the boy Brandon he landed in a ship, but instead of like in a field, it was in the woods. And then his parents locked the ship away in a shed. So Brandon finds the ship. Like he goes to the ship initially earlier on in the movie, and then they think it's just sleepwalking. And then later on, he actually finds it. And when he finds it, it's like it unlocks his powers. So maybe since he found it, that is why he got his power so quickly, being in contact with it, maybe.
Listen, and that might be it. That might
yeah.
be the sole reason. But my thing is, what was the whole situation with the mind switch? You know what I'm saying? And
And
maybe
yeah,
maybe it was the voices or something. Maybe when he was turning 12, maybe that was when he started having those situations. Because I promise you, that scene when he was in that bed shaking, I was like, is he having a violent orgasm? Like, what is
Right?
happening?
oh
Like,
my
I was
god, I
like,
thought he
he
was
is
having
stepping
a
into
seizure or
his
something.
he was
He's
stepping
so
into his manhood early. I was like, why are you
oh my
shaking like
god!
that?
Real quick,
Oh my
speaking of
god.
that that awkward ass conversation he had with his dad about masturbation, that was so freaking weird.
I'm like, you can tell his dad was trying to be. That moment actually made me laugh because it was one of those situations where it was like, that when the parents are so uncomfortable to have the sex talk, and they're just like, well, when you touch yourself, touch your your penis. I mean, it's natural, and I'm just like, why are you so awkward about masturbating? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are you so? And then when he asked his son about the whole thing of like, oh well, you can have. You're attracted to girls and you start having things for girls and this, that, and the third. And he's like, yeah, like right now. And he's like, no, 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 not
Yeah,
now, not
yeah,
now.
that
Like, not
yeah.
now. And I'm like, but what if he does like the girl? You know what I'm saying? What if he does like a girl? It's
Wait,
like,
no. I thought that he said sometimes it's okay to give into the urges. And
yeah,
then
that's
he
what
was
I'm saying.
like, right
Yeah,
now.
like now.
I thought that he was confused about if his dad wanted him to masturbate right then and there. That's what I thought. And then I was like, what the fuck? But
No, he was because he already skipped that part. At that point now he was talking about like actually liking girls
Yeah, like
at
having
that
sex
point.
and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
and then
so,
that's
yeah,
why he was like, no, 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 not right now. Like not like go after girls now.
right.
Like
oh,
Because,
I thought he
yeah,
meant
here's
like
the thing.
it's okay if you're like fantasizing about them.
No,
That's
no.
what I okay, I
Because
read
remember
that
he had
wrong.
like had a
Okay.
crush on the girls whose hand he ended up breaking.
Who
He had like
he
mm-hmm.
more than broke that shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, he
yeah.
mangled the fuck out her hand. I was
Woo!
like, oh
Yo, I was screaming. Because it went from crushing it to fucking turning it.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
like I
was
was like,
like,
mm. that's bad, but I think what happened to her mom was worse.
Oh my God.
Yo,
I couldn't look.
I couldn't look
First of
either.
all, y'all, I did not tell y'all that movie was disgusting.
I mean, when you said it was violent, like, no offense, like, okay, so for the listeners who don't know this, I'm a real horror fanatic, but again, I like the paranormal stuff, and I like Walking Dead, I like stuff like that, and like American Horror Stories. So me compared to Brandon in terms of like, that kind of violent, I wasn't sure what he meant when he said it was violent. Like, was it Walking Dead violent? Because you think Walking Dead is violent too, and so I'm thinking
it is. You got mugs shooting zombies point blank in the head. It is violent.
Okay, so my point is, Brandon and I have different levels of violent. So
yeah, we have different tastes. Yes.
Yeah. So when you said it was violent, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like I disregard your comment. I was just sort of like, okay, like I'm thinking, well, it's got to be violent because it's an evil child killing people, right? But I did not realize how graphic it was. I think that's the term we're looking for, graphic. Because, like, you can be violent, but not have it so that we see everything. So we thought it was going to happen off to the side where we know shit is happening, bad shit is happening, but, we don't see it. But this movie?
Yeah. No, like you see everything.
It was freaking Saw, like Saw level.
It was worse than Saw level.
Just about.
It was worse than
Saw. You thought it was worse?
I thought it was worse.
Well, that eye one was pretty damn.
Oh, that eye part was disgusting. That eye part when she pulled that glass out, I was like,
do you want to go over the scene real quick?
No.
Well, I mean, listen. Maybe the fans want to hear it. I don't know.
Okay,
maybe the fans might want to hear it.
Who
want to talk about it? Because I don't.
All right,
who wants to talk about it?
You can talk about it.
We'll go for it.
All right. So earlier on in the movie, we see that Brandon is he knows a lot about wasps and bees, and he was getting clowned by some of the boys.
And maggots. Don't forget the maggots.
So the boys in the class were clowning him for being a nerd, but there was a girl who thought that it was cool, and she said something like, "Smart guys, they make it big," or something like that.
Smart guys rule the world.
Okay. Okay. And look, and he wants to rule the world. Okay.
Right.
That was so. Like obviously now he has like a little crush on her. Fast forward to oh my God. He broke the little girl's hand after she caught him creeping outside her window. Which in that scene, that was weird because I didn't see him at all.
No, he was inside her room.
So how did she see
he was
him?
there.
He was inside her room.
He was inside her room.
He was actually in the room.
He was actually in the room.
Okay.
So so what happened was like he started playing music on her computer, right? And so she obviously woke up in the middle of the night and like closed her laptop and was like, all right, cool, going back to bed. But then the laptop opens up again and starts playing music again. That was like some romantic, cutesy music, right? So she's like, okay, what the fuck is happening? So she closes the laptop again, puts some books on top of it in order to keep it closed. And then it goes and plays again and everything, goes off. And that's when she sees him. Like first she sees him in the window, but then she looks again. He was inside her room on the left side. When you're facing the screen, on the left side, underneath the curtain. And when she saw him, let me tell you, she screamed. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking screamed.
I didn't scream, but I jumped when her mom busts through the door.
You screamed at that part?
That scared the shit out of me because they kept doing all these damn jump scares.
Oh no!
And then she just busts through the door.
If you had seen Brandon, he had red eyes. That was fucking scary. Okay, I don't care what you say, but when the mom busted that door, I'm not gonna lie, she was brave as hell to check those curtains. I would have not checked those curtains. I would have been like, "Girl, we're leaving this room now." Like, But anywho, so moving forward, they're in gym class now, and they're playing this like trust game, right? Where they game pushed in a circle, and then he's supposed to like. And everyone's supposed to kind of keep passing him around. And so when he landed on her, she filed to step back and he fell straight to the cement. Like smack
back of the head, smack the ground.
That hit him. Pow.
That
I said,
was,
"Ooh."
and I guess, yeah, all right. And I guess that was our first example of his invincibility. Well, one of the real clear signs of it.
Yeah. Like he could have basically he could have cracked his head open and had a concussion because he like literally fell right
Yeah.
into that cement. But he did not, right? So then the teacher obviously asked the girl he had a crush on to like give him a hand. And she was creeped out by the fact that he showed up in her room last night. So he's like, well, no, I'm not giving him a hand. So in enforcing the situation, she ended up giving him a hand to help lift him up. But he decided that this would be a great opportunity to squeeze the living crap out of her paw and then twist it upwards.
Oh, I screamed at that part.
Oh,
That was crazy.
I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? That was like my first like, what the fuck moment, you know? I was like, what is happening here, right? And then this kid had the audacity to show up in her room again
afterwards.
After he crushed her hands. And of course, she's pretending that like, she's not, well, I'm sure she is not allowed, but overall, she's just kind of like, I don't want you near me. I don't want you to be near me. My mom told me that I can't hang out with you. I'm sure she probably did say that, but also at the same time, she also said it to try to save her own self, right? Because she's in a room with the kid. And then in turn, he was all like, I will take care of it. What?
And
that's when you knew. That's when you knew it was like it's on and popping. Like he's about to do something wrong.
Yeah. So he and Brandon ended up going to her mother's job where she was a waitress at a diner and she was closing up. She was in there alone. Long story short, we get a kind of a full display of his, not a full, but a pretty good display of his powers. And we also see him in that creepy ass get up with the mask and the cape and the red eyes. So he broke the oh my god, the light tubes above her. He somehow broke them and the glass went down and cut her in the face. But not only did they cut her in the face, a shard went into her eye. And they kept the camera on her, pulling it out of her eye for so long.
Yes.
I did not understand why it was that long. I couldn't look at it. She was able to pull it out, and then we saw like through her eyes, and we saw like, one of her eyes was full of blood. Whew. What else did he do to her?
Oh. Well, see, they didn't show this part though. They didn't show it, but you did see the after effects at the end. But basically, what he did was he used his laser eyes to basically saw her in half. Well, to cut her open. Not saw her in half, but cut her open.
She had a whole hole in her stomach.
Like he basically like literally he literally like devoured her, like just disemboweled her. It was
like what the Mega Dragonzord did to the Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, but worse,
but bigger. Woo.
But bigger and worse. Yeah. Like straight disemboweled her. Like ugh.
I would have loved to see, not because like love in a sense that like I enjoy it, not like that. They never actually did an update with that little girl, so that would have been interesting to see, because I would have loved to see how the police, because like there was a sheriff or a cop or whatever his title was, he kind of made the connection that was the kid that was doing all the killing, right?
Right.
I would have been interested to see like how, like, because she seemed like a single mom. So what would have happened to that child? What did she do? And what was her reaction? Like, because she knew what he was going to go do when he said, I'll take care of it.
Well, no, I don't think she knew. I don't think she knew that he was going to go kill her. I think she just was kind of like, I think she had that kind of like fear of like, what are you going to do? Like it was more so, I feel like it was more of a fear of like, what do you mean? Kind of thing of instead of like, oh my God, he's gonna go kill my mom. Like, I don't think it was that.
I think she did definitely like had a fear that he was definitely going to do something to her. We just don't know what,
Yes.
right? You're absolutely
Right.
right. You're absolutely right. You know?
Yeah,
And,
like she definitely had that fear of like, oh crap, what he's gonna go do.
right? And then obviously he goes on and decides to kill his aunt, his uncle. We're not going to go to those graphic scenes because
Oh my god.
Yo,
I'm
first of all, I'm sorry. I have to say this. I have to say this. And I have to say it. I thought that he was gonna go kill his aunt.
So did I.
I just knew he was gonna kill her.
I think that he would have if the uncle wasn't there, or if the uncle went back in the house. Which, like, oh my god. So this was a big issue that I had in. So this boy comes over to his auntie's house. His auntie is a school counselor. She's talking to him about what he did to the little girl when he broke her hand. He's showing no remorse for it. She is honest with him, saying that you have to show some sort of improvement or some sort of remorse, or I have to tell the sheriff about what's going on. So he came to her house at night, pretty late at night. And she's like, what are you doing here? And then they're having a conversation about what she said earlier. And he's like, it'd be best for you not to talk to the police. And
basically threatening her, in other words. Like,
basically.
if you talk to the police, you're going to get these hands.
Yeah. So what I didn't get is why the hell didn't she call her sister right away and say your boy is over here? And why didn't she offer him a ride? I guess the uncle had the car, but like it's like, okay, stay here until your uncle gets here. But no, she's like, you need to go home. And he said, okay, I'll just walk. Like
maybe it wasn't that far. Maybe it wasn't that far from where.
Yeah, I don't think they live that far from each other.
But it's still late at night. And he's 12.
True.
I mean,
True.
It could also be one of those small town situations where they just believe that everyone is good, Like, who knows? We don't really know how big their little town was, but from the sounds of it, like it wasn't a big town. Like they all seem to know each other. I mean, for Christ's sake, his aunt was the counsel, like the guidance counselor at his school. I don't know, it just didn't seem big. But you know what? Whatever. Overall, we don't like. There's a lot of unexplained stuff in this movie, and obviously, him going home was one of them.
And when I tell you that is the grossest scene, like that is one of the grossest scenes I've ever seen. Like to me, like that's y'all talking about that eye scene. Yes, it was bad, but that scene was one of the worst scenes. When I tell y'all, when I said it was gross, that's the scene I was talking about.
Yeah, that was gross. Like
no,
we're not
another thing there that was weird to me is that when Brandon throws his uncle, because his uncle is going off because he finds him in the house like flying. He doesn't see him flying, but like out of the corner of his eye, he like saw him jump down from the ceiling and be in his closet. So he like takes him by the arm, is like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then like he says he's going to drive him home. And then he's yelling at him, and then long story short, Brandon shows his powers and throws his uncle into the garage door. The uncle gets into his car and drives away. I kind of was wondering why he didn't run in the house. He just drove away.
I mean, obviously he's trying to save himself over his wife.
His wife is in the house. Yeah,
exactly. He's trying to save himself.
I guess so.
Or that was just like he could have been just freaking out because like I to be honest with you, I would have freaked out too. I would have jumped in the car too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Fuck her. I'ma save my own ass because this child is trying to kill me. So bye. You know.
I mean, like,
it is what it is.
And you know what though? He was smart. He didn't run back into the house. Okay, like. You know how most people run back into the house thinking that the house could be their savior, and it always ends up like, I mean, okay, in this case, he ended up dying regardless, but usually people think that the house would be the savior, and it ends up killing them anyways.
Yeah, if he did that, then his aunt would have died too.
Oh, for sure.
He would have killed her too.
Oh, for sure. Right.
Oh, absolutely.
And so maybe he was actually trying to draw him away from the house. So for all
I doubt it. I don't want to give that character that much.
I mean, yeah, he was
and I'm not.
I didn't like
And plus, he was an asshole too. He really was an asshole. He was an asshole because if you think about it, like he was very disrespectful in the regards of like when his quote unquote dad told him not to buy him a gun, and he did it anyway. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, all right, bro. Like you still stepping out of bounds. Like you're an asshole for that. Like, you know, like come on, dude. You didn't have to like basically almost kind of like disrespect the dad in a sense, where it's like, you know, I'm basically telling you, do not get my son this, and you get him this anyway. Like that's not cool.
So yeah, he was a little bit of an asshole.
He was a little bit of an asshole.
Yeah. So, but his death. So essentially,
he didn't deserve it.
He didn't deserve his death, but to kind of give you guys a list, like, you know, like a preview what to expect, his jaw essentially gets ripped apart, and he died choking on his own self. So yeah.
Yeah, like I said, when I was telling them that this movie is violent, that's the scene I was specifically talking about, because I was like, having to relive that scene again. I was like, like it was just,
no.
It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
I think the way he killed his mom was even worse. So moving forward, you know, he goes hunting.
Well, not even mom. Let's talk about dad first. Yeah. So before we even go there, right? Let's just timeline this. So he kills his uncle. Then, of course, you know, his wife she is like crying to tears, honey. She is, oh my God, my husband gone, my man is gone. Oh my Lord. So she's about to pass out at the hospital. Then, you know, they realize, you know, they start putting two and two together. They start putting, you know, two and two started making 4. And it was like, hold on now, something ain't right. So, you know, they asked the little boy while he's sitting there eating his Fruity Pebbles at the dinner table. They come over there and ask him, like, so what happened? You know what I'm saying? You heard about, you know, your uncle? And he's like, okay. And they're like, so you're not sad about it? No, whatever. And they're just like, okay. So daddy flips out. Daddy is like, hold on now. You're lying behind. You did something. You know about this. And I mean, he's snapping on the boy. And so basically he grabs his arm and the boy shoves him into the door, breaking the door. So then, of course, they're like, okay, child, like, you know, he knows something. So basically, then, you know, he goes into the child room. He finds the bloody shirt. Realize, you know, start putting 2 and 2 together. So then fast forward, he's like, I'm gonna take him on a trip. Now we all know what taking somebody on a trip means now, because we've all seen it where, you know, that parent be like, all right, our dog is dying. We got to take him on a trip. And you know what that trip is? To the vet to put his ass to sleep.
Well, you know what?
This is the situation here.
They should have done that. They would have had a better shot at the. Well, I wonder if Nito would have penetrated his skin.
I was going to say that it wouldn't have penetrated his skin, though.
Well, you know, yeah, because they mentioned before that he's never even had a cut.
He's never bled. He's never bled. He's never been cut.
And the only time, real quick,
the only time he was cut, go ahead,
was when he fell down the shed and he cut his hand on his ship. Only something from his world can hurt him.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's really the situation, right? So, I mean, even if they tried to inject him with something, it wouldn't have worked. But, you know, long story short, so Daddy went ahead and took him to the woods, and they, you know, having their little time together. So, you know, he's like, you know what? I'm about to just go ahead and end it. Shoot a child in the head, the bullet bounce off. Little boy's in looking like, ouch, you just shot me.
He was offended.
He was like, how dare you?
Right?
You got some nerve.
Right?
And basically went and just like used his laser eyes and, you know, shot his daddy in the head and blew his head out.
Yeah. You want to blow brains out, huh?
Okay.
I'll show you.
I'm gonna show you how it's done. And blew his daddy brains out. So it was like, all right. So then he called his mama and was like, Daddy ain't coming home. And she was like, what you mean? And he's like, oh, you know what that means. And she started flipping out. And he's like, well, I'm home. And she's like, oh, shit. So she started running. Child, she's sitting there running down them stairs, and I was cackling. I'm not going to lie. That scene is funny. She's like running down them stairs. And so he's shaking the house or whatever, and he's just, being all crazy. So she called the police. Child, she was like, oh, you want to call the police? They can get it too. And so this woman come in. Now, I felt bad for that officer because he had to do that to her. He had to do that to her.
I feel so bad.
He started swinging that lady around outside.
Like a rag doll.
Like a rag doll. Oh man.
I said, oh no, you ain't had to do her like that. No, come on, Brandon. Now, come on, bro. You ain't had to do her like that. So he dropped her ass in front of the mama.
I mean, okay, hold up, pause. Before he did her like that with like a whole rag doll, how did he kill the other officer, the one that was on him from day one?
The sheriff.
He
flew right through that man.
He slapped that man.
Right through him.
Boop, gone.
Right through him. I was like, now you had to do the brother like that, though? You had to do the brother like that?
I mean, he did everybody pretty bad.
I mean, yeah, but he ain't had to do that brother like that.
He
I was like, damn.
He don't discriminate.
Okay, he don't discriminate. He was like, who wants some? You want some? You all can get some. Like, I was like, dang, he ain't had to do him like that. But, he went ahead and killed female Barney Fife. And, I'm showing my age. But anyway, he killed her.
Oh, God.
And, drop her ass in front of mama. So mama sitting here like, oh, shit. Oh, Lord, my baby done gone psycho. So she, she get her the little piece of shard because she remembered that, it can hurt him. So she get her little piece of the shard from the ship. And she's talking to him, about, oh, I love you. I love you, baby.
First of all, she should have did it so much quicker than the way she did it, okay?
Oh yes, because the way she sat there and denied how crazy this child was, knowing that he was crazy, I'm like, come on, ma'am. I know you understand. I know you love your child. But that, first of all, just like your husband said, your late husband said, that is not your child. You ain't had him. That child is a damn alien that flew out the sky and landed in our backyard.
I mean, he
wasn't always evil.
But that wasn't the point. The point is, it's like you're protecting a murderer, and we know that he's doing these things. Like 2 and 2 is making 4. You cannot deny 2 and 2 making 4.
I mean, he was the only one that was talking sense. She was still in denial. She was like, no.
He was still in denial, and she had the facts.
Yep.
And she still was in denial. So I'm sorry. I did not feel sorry for her. I did not feel sorry for her. I was like,
sorry for her either, because the way she could have killed him so much quicker, but she was all
so much earlier.
I did this, and she had to raise her hand so far up. I'm like, really, girl? Really?
Child. So basically, she stabbed a little boy.
Okay, she didn't.
And he's like,
or tried to.
Tried to stab the boy.
Right.
He caught her hand. And then took her up in the air.
No, he caught her head when she raised it right above her own head to bring it down. But before she brought it down, he caught it in the air. Like she was giving a high five, okay?
I'm like, you dumbass. Like, first of all, do you not know what I would have done? I'd have been like, come here, give mama a hug. And as soon as he would have gave me a hug, I'd be like, right in the stomach. Like, there you go.
Get the liver.
Yeah. I would have gut that little boy so damn fast.
Right.
Like, But no, she had to pull back like she in a damn slasher film. Right. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I was just so upset with how she did that. I'm like, ma'am.
I still can't believe she could have killed him. She could have been the hero of the story. Elizabeth Banks, your character, Tori, could have made it through. If only you've done what we would have done. Like, you could have survived, okay? You could have taken this evil out of this world.
Nope,
Hey.
she did. She did not. And the stupid part was, I'm like, you're an idiot. You're a dummy, bitch. No one wants you. Nobody needs you.
Oh my God. I have something to say. Oh my God. Okay. So then, yo, I got something to say. You're all going to cry. So then he decides that he's going to kill her by taking her all the way up in the sky. And
hold up. She, oh my God. Her head went through the freaking,
oh yeah, went through the shed.
Okay,
she was busted open.
Okay.
Yeah, he bust her head wide open.
She deserves that. But secondly, when she went all the way up to the sky, you know what it reminded me of? Of how Rita Repulsa was smacked all the way to the sky.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. I didn't even think of that. Wow.
Yep. So Rita Repulsa in the air. We got Tori in the air. And we got her son in the air.
Oh, yeah. And then he dropped her. Dropped her.
Yeah, he dropped her.
Death. I mean,
he dropped her down.
And then,
but check this out, though. But check this out. Oh, go ahead. You want to finish it? Or
yeah, I was gonna say, and then as he watches her fall, he looks up to his side and sees a plane coming towards him, and then it goes off. And then during the like the post-credit scenes, we see that the freaking, well, actually, was it post-credit or was it just
no?
Like
it was before the movie even ended, because basically, like, it was before the movie even ended.
It was on
the
news.
The freaking the freaking plane hit him, but I guess he's just like a solid piece of, like, just a solid mass.
I don't even think the plane hit him.
Went through
I don't
him.
think the plane hit him. I think he flew into the plane and killed all and like,
oh my God,
made the plane go down.
Why
I think he flew into it.
Right. That would explain the picture that he made earlier with him standing above all those dead bodies. Oh,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I think he ran into that plane on purpose.
Oh, he did that on purpose. He did not. I love how well you give him like the benefit of the doubt. No, he definitely took that plane down. Plain and simple. Because when you think about it, the plane was not coming that fast. He was moving faster than the plane itself. So you're telling me that the plane hit you? Nah, boy.
Nah, he ran into that shit.
Yeah.
He ran into
that
it.
makes so much more down. Sense. Yeah.
Remember,
there were no survivors. No survivors.
None. Everybody died on that plane. And then what makes it so crazy, of course, you see, the man, talking about the different sightings of, superpowered people. There was a Wonder Woman, a woman who had a whip and who was like choking people. You had the guy who was kind of like Aquaman, right? Who was half fish, half man, something like that. And wasn't there another person that he mentioned? I think it was 4 altogether.
I can't remember myself.
Yeah, I know there was
just kind of dumbfounded at the end. I wasn't even.
I
heard what the stuff he was saying, but I don't remember everything.
I thought
was
that was
like,
all
wow.
him. I thought it was
it was all different people that the guy was talking about.
So there's like a full-on like potential Justice League of Evil.
Wow.
Basically, yeah. Like all these characters, all these people are just like basically evil versions of the Justice League.
So they basically ripped off Justice League.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And he was just like, we need to have an uprising of people of people who are gonna fight these people. And I'm like, bruh.
I'm not fighting these people. I'm out of here.
Like, what human gonna survive? First of all, who's gonna survive Brandon? Who's gonna survive Brandon? Like, for real? Like, who's gonna survive him? Not me.
Not me. Nope. I mean,
but
this is when you call the Power Rangers, or like, I don't know, the Marvel Assemble, maybe like Thanos to snap them out of it. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
well, ooh, child, somebody. But overall, like, how would you rate this? What would you guys rate this movie?
Okay, I would give this movie a 3.5 star.
Oh, you nice.
That seemed positive.
You nice, but okay.
I gave it 3.5 stars because now that we are talking about it, it's funnier than me watching it alone. So I'm giving it 3.5 stars because we talked about it and the way we talked about it. It's funnier with our commentary than it is watching it alone. When I was watching it by myself, it was like a 1 star. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it was enough. Like, and then the actress, like, Elizabeth and what's his name, David?
Yeah, David Denman.
Oh, I'm sorry, but Elizabeth's usually a really good actress. I think overall in all of my ratings with them, it would have to be like a 2. The whole thing was just like a flop. Like, no.
That's real. Yeah, it was a no. It's a no for me. It's a no. Overall rating, to be honest with you, it's a no for me, dog. Like it's a no. I have to give it. If I'm gonna be nice, it'll be a 1.5. But I guess I'll be nice and give it a 1.5. First of all, the movie itself, like we said before, it didn't clarify, where he was from. No. It basically, to me, I'm not even gonna lie to you. To me, it really tried to justify, in a sense, his reasonings for doing what he did in this weird kind of way. I hated just the way that his mom, Tori, Elizabeth Banks, I hated the way that she just kept trying to be like, no, my baby would never do that. My baby, no. And it's like, girl, first of all, that's not I understand, yes, you raised that baby, but he's not your biological son. A, you did not have him. And B, like, your husband is literally giving you, basically, she's like, that's my baby. He would never. And it's like, girl, your husband is literally giving you all the facts. Your husband is telling you, yo, our child is a murderer. Like, he's doing terrible things. And she's like, no, how dare you? And I mean, she literally goes into a rage and even pushes him. And it's like, why would you do this? And it's like literally about to end her marriage, or about to, put their marriage in a bad situation just because she just can't accept the fact that, this child, who is not hers, by the way, is out here, killing people. Like, it's like, girl, first of all, along with that, the pacing is off. The pacing is weird. It's just a lot. Like, the movie itself was just, it's a chop for me. It's a chop. It didn't do the things that I think that they were trying to do. It didn't do the things that they wanted it to do. So it was just bad. I didn't like it. But yeah, 1.5.
I would give it I don't think it was like 1 territory bad. I'd give it a 2.
Another half. Okay, thanks.
Well,
I don't think it was that bad. I'll give it an extra half a star.
As far as like performances, I guess I wasn't really feeling Elizabeth Banks, like, her performance for certain parts. Especially like in the beginning, I wasn't really feeling some of her performance. But then I liked some of it later on. I loved like the last maybe like 20 minutes, like her little chase scene and stuff. I like that.
I'm not gonna lie. The only scene that I liked of her was when she was running down them stairs. Because when she was running down them stairs, I was like, "Run, girl!" She was hauling ass.
I'm gonna give her a 3.
Okay.
I liked Brandon. He was a creepy little thing.
I mean, I don't know if
I wanted to fight him.
Me too. But I probably wouldn't actually fight him because I know he'll probably bust my ass with those laser eyes.
I mean, yes. I mean, he would definitely kill me. But like, but me watching the movie, I wanted to fight him. I was like, oh, this little boy, like he no tea, no shade, and I'm not trying to be funny, and please don't try to be like, oh my god, you're a terrible person. But no, if you look at this child in this movie, he does have a punchable face, and I wanted to punch him in the face. I was like,
he does have a punchable face. I wanted to punch his face.
See.
When I saw him and he was trying to kill those people, I was just like, oh, you.
It was like, ooh, I want to punch you in the face. I want to punch you in the face.
Ever so badly.
Ugh. But as an actor though, as the actual actor in the actual movie, I have to give him his props. Like the little boy did his thing. He was probably the best actor in the movie for sure.
Dead ass. I would give him 10 out of 10.
Yeah, like he definitely was very creepy. He sold the creepiness. Like he did the damn thing. And honestly, to be truthfully honest, I actually like David Denman. I like the way he did his performance. I liked his. Now I'm not. I will say this though. Now don't kill me when I say this, but he was giving real Jason's dad in this movie.
He was.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. He was giving real Jason's dad. You know, I don't want to say that he's one notey or that he can only, he's a one trick pony. I don't want to give him that title, but he was definitely giving us Jason's 2017's dad. Like I was like,
it really was.
Yeah, okay. All right, sir. But in this though, he was much more like he had much more to do. And to me, it was like he was the only one that made sense. Like he was the one that he was the one that was like, yo, put 2 and 2 together. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Like, what does that make? It makes 6. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, it's making sense. Like, it's him. And like to me, he was the smartest one. Now, granted, of course, him shooting the child in the head. I mean,
that wasn't very smart.
That wasn't, because the child can't bleed. So why would you shoot him in the head?
He wasn't thinking. He was just kind of impulsive in that moment.
Yeah, he was definitely impulsive, but still, it was like, bro, that wasn't smart. That wasn't a smart thing to do. But overall, I have to be honest. Like I thought his acting and his character. I'm not gonna say his acting, but his character was his character was the logical one. And I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy him. I enjoyed him too. So, but yeah. Any thoughts? Any final thoughts?
All I have to say is, if you guys do watch it, I would not suggest eating any food at all.
Yeah, no. Please, unless you like that kind of stuff and you're totally okay with it, go right ahead.
I mean, even then, like it's worse than Saw.
So. It ain't that bad. That's pretty bad.
I mean,
yeah, that's really bad. Saw is disgusting, but I mean, yeah, this movie is disgusting too.
I think it's more disgusting because the people that this little boy is killing didn't deserve it. Where in Saw,
no,
some of those people didn't deserve it either. Some of them didn't.
In Saw, they all had a reason to be there.
They weren't all like he was getting at people for not. Some of those people weren't appreciating the life that they had, according to Jigsaw. So he says you don't deserve to live. There were some people that were criminals, and then there were some people that he was just being petty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Jigsaw, petty bitch.
Yeah, because that one where I think that was Saw 6 or Saw 7. It was one of them where he literally like it was 2 guys and they were like pent together and the girl was hanging over like a buzz saw and he was, and then he was like, hey, yeah, you know that, these guys are seeing each other and they're dating the woman at the same time. And it's just like, and then they were like, oh, well, fuck her. And they went ahead and let her die. And the girl ended up getting sawed in half with the buzzsaw. I'm like, that is freaking disgusting.
Hell?
Yeah, like it's a much later Saw. I think it's like Saw 6. I was like, this is disgusting. And then the thing is, it was in front of like a whole onlooker of people. Like it was like mad people just sitting there looking at it because they thought it was something, it was like a little like a show or something, like a live show, like a live stunt show or something.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see that one because I think I watched I'm done with movies. I'm just done.
Yeah, like it was just like it was absurd. It was absurd. I was like, oh, y'all are wilding. Y'all are really wilding for respect right now because there is like it wasn't even like I'm like, really? Is this who we are? Like it was terrible. It was terrible, Your Honor. It was really terrible. But no, like, yeah. So I'm not gonna lie to you. This one isn't nearly as bad. It's not nearly as bad. But Brightburn was still nasty. But yeah, I don't think it was Saw level, but because Saw just kills throughout. But I think the gruesomeness of it is probably like getting dangerously close to Saw. Because it's very gruesome. So yeah, if you like gruesome stuff, then sure. Why not?
Why not?
If you like gruesome stuff while eating, hey, it's all good. But overall, though, yeah.
Yeah, I would say overall, I definitely do not want to be watching this movie ever again.
Ever.
Like, nope. But yeah, so that's all I have to say about that.
All right. Well, if anyone else don't have anything to say, this ends in another episode of Tribunal of the Grid. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
And I'm Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.